Hi friends, welcome to Nessa's Nook. And this has been weighing on me a little bit, so I did a little bit of research to see what I can personally do within my own little space of my own home of saving additional funds. Some of the things I already do, some of the things I really need to step up my game on. But I'm wondering when you get done with the list, if you stay along for the whole video, I'm not going to hopefully make this too long, that you can let me know in the comments down below what things that you have done that's maybe helped save some money along the way, as we're all still trying to be as frugal as possible if we can in certain areas. So I'm just going to read this off my computer because I'm saving paper. So anyways, if you own a home, it's always best to keep up preventative maintenance. Because if you let something go, then it becomes a bigger mess, especially if you own the house. If you don't own the house, let the landlord know and so on. If you do have extra money, and let's say you have a 30-year mortgage, it's always best if you can even slip just maybe one payment extra a month or one payment a year or whatever have you. And that can actually help pay off your mortgage a lot faster and get the principal paid down and things like that. Some people, you can consider a roomie, open up an Airbnb in your house or something. I've had both, and I'm not personally a fan of it. I mean, I enjoy the people that I had, but I also like the peace and quiet of my own house without people's different thoughts of what should go on in my house. And also, this is getting to be springtime, which is going to be air conditioning time, which means the heat's going to be turned off. But turn the heat down a few things at night, or try to, wear a sweatshirt or something where you can stay a little bit warmer, and dress a little bit cooler in the summer and have your air conditioner up a few more degrees, because that can help your heating and cooling bills. Try to use a fan or a ceiling fan as much as you can. We have a ceiling fan pretty much in every room except for the kitchen because, of course it gets greasy. Even the dining room, I have to clean that one more than anything, even though I don't cook with grease. I don't get that, but whatever. Cut cable. We have not personally had cable since 2007. Now, when my mom lived with us for a smidge, we had cable for her because there were certain shows that she wanted. She had ALS. She couldn't do anything, so we had cable for her so she could watch her shows, because at that time they weren't available on Netflix and they didn't stream those particular shows. So we did have cable for her one show anyways. And then you can always call your credit card companies, your debt collectors, your companies that you deal with on a day-to-day basis to see if they have like any better rates. And that goes for your automobile insurance and stuff too, because you'd be surprised. It's like, oh yeah, I can help you. Are you trying to tell me you've been having me pay all this extra money? Because every time I call my insurance company, my car insurance company, I'm like, hey, is there anything going on, in the Michigan area? Is there something I can maybe save some money on? Because we are incident accident free. My house doesn't have any claims. We should have the best insurance rates, you would think, but we don't. Anyways, unplug the items when not in use. I am so horrible at that. Down here, because obviously I work from home, I'm pretty much home 24/7. We did do a very good job. We unplugged everything that was upstairs, and we just pretty much have the stuff that's down here. It has to pretty much stay on. I mean, I was talking to some girl at the bank, and she's like, yeah, I'm really upset. I have a $25 electric bill. Our trash comes in our electric. It comes with our water and everything. $25? Are you serious? I mean, a couple months back, my electric bill for 2 people in this house was $600. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. So, unplug your items whenever you can. Obviously, eat at home as often as you can. Now, I know some people is like, oh, I see all these, fancy things on Pinterest, and I don't have that cooking ability. It doesn't matter if I'm not saying eat hot dogs every dinner. I'm not saying that, because you need to be healthy too. But even if it's just the simple thing of hot dogs or hamburgers or peanut butter sandwiches, or what I'm saying, try to eat home as much as you can. And it doesn't need to be a 5-course meal. I mean, don't let the Pinterest meals and the stuff that's on the little shorts on Facebook and stuff, don't let that deter you from trying to save money, because eating out, even just for the 2 of us, that's $30 unless we have coupons or unless we have something there's a really good deal. And $30, times 5, that's $150 just a week, just for dinner. That's not talking lunches. That's not talking breakfast. It can get crazy expensive. So, along with that, obviously, plan your meals. I mean, around sales, around, like if you know that your garden's coming up and there's going to be a lot of tomatoes, or, you have access to this, that, or the other, always look for the sales. Try to do your budget around the meals, around what's on sale that week. You'd be surprised. I meal plan horribly. I like it. I love doing it. I usually am really, really good at it when I do make up one. I just have to get back on the thing of making one up because it's easier. I mean, you can switch your days around, but it's at least okay, sometime this week I need hamburger, so I need to pull the hamburger out of the freezer. That sort of thing, And then along with that, try to stretch your meals as much with the beans, the rice, the veggies. Because, I mean, you could take like a box of macaroni and cheese, which I'm not a big fan of, but people are. And you could add veggies to that. And that can become, or some meat to that. And that can become the whole meal. Where before, that whole box might be good enough for 2 people or 1 person, depends on your appetite. But this way you could save a little bit of money by just stretching it out with like the rice, beans, or pasta, or veggies, or whatever. Try to use less meat. My husband said he wouldn't mind doing like the meatless Mondays once a week. He is a meat eater. He loves to eat meat. Myself, I like my steak. I like my hamburger, but that's as far as that goes. I mean, I'll eat the other meat, but it's not like I go, oh, I got to have that chicken today. No, I don't do that. And when you are shopping, and people, you'll see them, oh, you need to stock up because the world's going to crazy and things like that, which the world is kind of going crazy, so stock up when you can. But if you know you don't like rice or you don't like beans, don't buy rice and beans. I mean, find something that you and your family will eat. Don't waste your money on things that you will not eat. Try to stick to a list, which I am horrible at. However, this is later on in the thing, but I'll just combine it now. I mean, I hate grocery shopping. I despise it. I mean, even before the pandemic, I didn't like being out around people. They stop and they just kind of like act like a zombie in the store. I just have no tolerance for that. So I try to do curbside pickup as much as possible. For one thing, whatever you order, that's all you get. And then if you do like things like I got my Instacart membership for the $19 a year, which is usually $100 a year. So like whatever you get on your Instacart, that's all you ordered. That's all you're getting. So try to keep that in mind too when you're doing stuff. And also, when it comes to stuff like this, I mean, like when we go into Lansing, we kind of like make a big circle and then come right back home type thing. But like automate your errands. Try to pay your bills online and see what can be delivered. A lot of these companies, I mean, you pay like a small fee and you can get stuff delivered all year. I can't get things delivered from like Walmart because it's 20 miles either direction. They won't do that right now. Maybe they might eventually, and I would consider doing that, but right now they don't. Obviously, walk when you can. Don't take the car if you don't have to. Carpool when you can. Ride the bus when you can. There is no public transportation here in Portland, Michigan. So I either have to walk, ride, or drive. Ride a bike or something to that effect. We also don't have lifts or taxis here in Portland, Michigan. So obviously, if you can do that, when I was working actually in town, there was about 4 of us that lived out this way, and we all would carpool in together, and we would share the parking and everything, and it worked out very, very nice because parking downtown was like $100, $120 a month. It's just crazy. And of course, buy in bulk whenever you can, but buy only things that you will eat. Okay. DIY or DIY anytime you get a chance. Obviously, you going out and trying to make things yourself. Sometimes it costs more. Sometimes it costs a lot less. I mean, because I see some things online, it's like $800. I mean, my husband could whip that together for maybe $20. You know what I'm saying? So try to do that. And also, DIY as far as, I have videos on glass cleaner, and my sister over at City Girl Homestead, she's got a whole bunch of like fabric softeners, and the internet can be such a great place as far as trying to find things on the cheap that you can maybe try yourself to see if you like it. You can try to do that. And then, and also one of the things on this, and I have been guilty of this myself, like after I've made like a whole bunch of videos and it looks like a bomb went off in my kitchen. Sorry about that. I don't know what just happened. My computer or my phone just shut off. It looks like a bomb went off in my kitchen, and it makes me not want to clean up my kitchen to make dinner because I just spent all that time making the videos. So, I mean, obviously, do your due diligence. Try to keep your kitchen clean so you don't have to use that excuse of, okay, well, I can't cook dinner because I can't get to my sink, or I can't wear this clothes because, I don't have a washer and dryer or whatever have you. So try to be your due diligence on that. Actually, try to use as fewer disposable items as possible. Instead of using the paper napkins on your table, you can buy like a nice napkin set and wash them. I don't like to use paper towels. I do have paper towels here in the house, and they have its place, but I will prefer to use the ones I can hand wash or I can wash. Some people actually will even wash out the Ziploc containers, or the zippy bags. If you have meat in it, be very, very careful. If it just had like chips or crackers or something, I wouldn't mind washing that out, turn it wrong side out, get it aired out, it'd be fine. But anything with meat, I don't know if I would trust that you washed it well enough. So you be very careful. Buy fewer beauty products. Obviously, I don't use any. And I do try to like make my own homemade shampoos and as such to save some money on that. Buy generics whenever you can. You would be surprised, like even going to like the dollar store. You can find the same thing at Walmart or Meijer or whatever store you have in your area, and it's $1.25 at the dollar store versus $3 or $4 at Walmart or whatever. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So make that just your trip when you're going out, I guess. Like with us, we got our first one before the pandemic hit because we didn't know if we'd like one. We weren't going to order two, but we have 2 bathrooms in this house, one upstairs, one downstairs. But we did buy a bidet, and some people are not for that, and there's a lot of people that's like, I am not having anything squirted up there. No, thank you. No, thank you. But each week, because what I use is a family cloth. Well, the family cloth is only me, and I'm just drying myself with that cloth. So I'm not using toilet paper to dry myself. I have a dryer on mine. The one upstairs does not have a dryer, but I don't want to sit there and wait for my privates to dry. You know what I'm saying? So I just use a little baby washcloth, and when I do laundry, I'm like, geez, how much toilet paper I went through this week? So, bidets are kind of expensive. You can just buy the seats sometimes, like my brother-in-law did, and the seats work just fine. And especially if you get it hooked to hot water, that's even better, because my sisters bought one and it was just to cold water, and I don't want cold water there either. See if working from home is possible. A lot of times now since the pandemic, you have had a lot of companies that allow you to work from home. If you can, that can save you wear and tear on your car, parking, gas, you name it. Your coworkers aren't bugging you to go out for lunch. And then cancel any memberships that's not being used. You would be surprised if you don't pay attention to your checkbook that you actually are paying for a lot of memberships that you don't realize you're paying for. So kind of keep an eye on that. And then, of course, try to grow a garden if you can. Even if you live in an apartment, if they don't mind things on your patio, you can have a small, like a couple tomato plants or whatever it is that you like to eat. And then learn how to do things like the canning and the dehydrating, the freeze drying and the freezing. So when it's no longer in season, you can still enjoy your products. Obviously, I said that earlier, shop for cheaper insurance. And that would probably go for medical and car insurance, probably more car insurance. Sell your stuff that you're not using, because there are so many times that you are actually, your house is full of clutter, and then you can't find anything, so you're buying things 5 times because you can't find it. A lot of times, less is more, you know. So you can also look into starting a side hustle. YouTube is my side hustle, even though I don't really get paid from it, but that's my side hustle. Excuse me. And then learn to say no when it's not in the budget. I mean, people and for your friends are like, oh, come on out. It's only one beer. Come on out. It's only one trip, to another state. Well, if you don't really have that kind of money, you just have to learn to say no. I mean, your friends will get over it. They might be mad for a while, but no, no is a good word sometimes. And then obviously, and I don't do this, but I should because I'd probably be shocked. Track what you spend and plan and budget and use cash only when you can. I hardly ever carry cash. I don't know if I really want to track what I spend because I'd be probably shocked that I had a lot of frivolous spending, and like I'm sure the rest of us do. And, unsubscribe to the places that you don't want to spend money and the memberships and the subscriptions and stuff like that. Always look to barter or to use free items or ask for free items. You guys all know I love canning. Well, a few years back, I don't know what I was thinking. I sold almost all my regular mouth jars. Why? I have no idea. I sold probably 2,000 jars for like $50. That was stupid. So meanwhile, as I'm learning to can more and canning more things and spread my wings out on the things that I'd like to can, I'm running out of jars constantly. Well, jars are incredibly expensive. Of course, if you go on my stuff, I do actually have a 10% on 4-jar lids because lids are hard to find and lids are very expensive. But what I did is I have like my local Facebook group here in Portland. I'm like, hey, does anybody have any free or low cost canning jars? I got probably 10 dozen canning jars last year. I mean, not that that's a lot, but that's 10 dozen I didn't have to buy. So, and then try to do like the freezer meals. I'm horrible at that. When I have leftovers, I try to put that back in the freezer. So on busy nights or nights I just don't want to cook, I know I could just pull that out and I'm like, here, just throw that in the oven, and it's a done deal. And then obviously sign up for the store rewards and the rewards programs to save more money. A lot of people, they don't like to buy store brand stuff versus the name brand, but do the cost per ounce and stuff. I mean, you'd be really shocked at a lot of these places. They're actually made at the main place, but they're relabeled for the other companies. You'd be shocked. Anyways, using cash envelopes, which I don't do. I'd have to really redo some research. I don't understand how that really works, but that's a way to save money. And then shop around on everything that you can. I don't know for sure if you guys know there is this app called Flip, F-L-I-P-P. And you can download it on your smartphone. And what you can do is, like, if you're looking for bananas, let's say, or ground beef or whatever have you, then what you can do is just type in ground beef or pop or whatever have you. And it shows all the stores that's in your area. And it tells you what it's on sale for because nobody gets this newspaper anymore. You know what I'm saying? So, what we have done is we have went to LED light bulbs and every single light bulb we can have to save a lot of money. Because like I said, our electric bill here, I don't know why it's been crazy since we've always lived here. And then of course, one of the things to do is I don't know if you're sure if you guys have seen those dryer balls. But you can actually use those dryer balls, and it can save drying time up to 25%. And you can actually squirt some of the essential oil on there so you can have the scent that you want, so you don't have to buy dryer sheets, which are not good for your dryer or your clothes. Shop in your pantry. Do a pantry haul for a day or two. But obviously, refill your pantry as much as you can, as often as you can, to keep your pantry full. But then, of course, only buy things that you will eat. Buy in season produce and meats. Save whenever you can. Like I said, the sales. If you know it's like summer and the tomatoes are crazy and you're a tomato eater, even if you have to buy them from a farmer or whatever, that's a good way to do it. Drink more water. I personally have not drank pop in almost 4, maybe 5 years. I'm not for sure exactly how long it's been. But obviously when I had my trach, I wasn't able to even have like the those waters that had like the carbonation to it. And pop has gotten crazy. My husband still drinks pop. And I will take a sip of it once in a while to make sure I still don't like it. And a lot of times it tastes like dirt to me now. And I'm like, I used to love pop. I mean, oh my gosh, I loved pop. So try to drink more water. Try to drink, of the flavored waters. Even if you have to drink like those Kool-Aids, which are not super good for you. But, it gets you drinking not pop, I guess. And the thing is, a lot of people, they use the KCups. I have nothing against the K-Cup. My husband used to have K-Cups all the time. That was his favorite kind of coffee cup or coffee maker. And now we've went to the Ninja, where it works kind of like the K-Cups, but you can put whatever kind of coffee in there. Or if you have a K-Cup, they actually have these reusable little K-Cup things that will go into your machine. And then that way you can save a lot of money, because those K-Cups are very expensive. And plus they're not environmentally friendly because you're throwing away so many of them. Also, prevent waste. Plan for leftovers and meal prep. I try to do that as often as I can, as much as I can. Food Saver comes in very handy for that, so it doesn't get freezer burned. And reconsider your convenience foods. I mean, I know a lot of people, they like to have like their waffles in the morning, or they stop at McDonald's and they do like the egg McMuffins or something. But you'd be surprised, it takes hardly no time at all to make that up yourself. And you can save like a lot of money, even though the eggs are super expensive still. Is to make your own bagel sandwich or your own egg McMuffins or whatever, and just put them in the freezer. Take it out the night before, throw it in the microwave or however you want to heat it, and that can save you a lot of money. And like I said, make a grocery list, use curbside, or pick up to not spend so much money on items that's like, oh yeah, I need this, because if you place the order, you can't change it usually. Make sure your tires are aired up for better gas mileage. And then, like I said, you want to definitely check out the dollar store for some products there that are way cheaper there. And I don't know for sure what other items that you have. I just kind of like went over a few websites to put a few of these down. Some of those I do need to really do myself more. But it's something that, as things are not as cheap as they were even a couple years ago, we have to learn ways that we can actually, still eat, drink, still go out, still enjoy life without it costing us 5 arms and 2 legs. So let me know in the comments down below what has been successful for you. What would you like to try? What's maybe something I didn't put out here that, other people might want to see. Looking forward to seeing what your comments are, and you have a very blessed and wonderful day.